Hey, 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 hey! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ass Hat Podcast here on YouTube. And yeah, when I did the Rod Stewart one, which that video should be up by the time this one goes up, I decided I didn't have any rock and roll comics, which I didn't at the time. I did. Rock and roll comics, one of them he heard about. I never saw copies anywhere, so I never got them. And there was a few like I'd want the Guns N' Roses issue, If anybody out there listening has the Sex Pistols, the Public Enemy, the NWA, or the Ramones issue for Revolutionary Comics of those bands, please let me know. I will pay a decent price for them. I don't know what the guy for me. Reader copies, I'll give you $5. But this is Rock and Roll Comics issue 12, $1.95. New Kids on the Block, 100% unauthorized material. Now, how did I acquire this? Real simple. I've mentioned before, and I think I've done videos on my comic shop. The online branch of Lone Star Comics, and it's just their own thing now. I don't think Lone Star exists at all. But old buddy Saunders. Well, I try to, once a month, either go to my local comic shop, my local comic shop, honestly, the back issue bins, they're the cheap bins, there ain't a lot in it. I pretty much picked them clean. They're wall books, and there ain't much left there either. But I'll go in there, I hit that one about every 3 months. There is another comic shop, Comic Commander up in Ridgeland. I love that place. I could go in there and drop $100 on dollar back issues real easy, just digging through the bins. Well, the months that I don't do that, because I can't always make it to Ridgeland, I've talked about this before, I have issues driving in heavy traffic. I'll have panic attacks. And if y'all out there have ever had one, you don't want to have a panic attack when you're driving. The whole thing with a panic attack is you got to calm down. When you're driving, you can. So usually I got a friend of mine, shout out to the Fairchild, about once every few months, like, hey man, want to go hit Comic Commander? Sure, we'll hit Comic Commander, hit the bookstore and shit. So the months when I can't do that, I just started ordering from my comic shop. Go through the website. I got a wish list on there, want list. Grab me about $20, $25 worth of stuff. Pay a few bucks for shipping. But boom, get my comics. Like, yeah, I got comics. And I just got one in the other day. A lot of the comics I got in, there's no way I can do videos on them here on YouTube. I'm going to start collecting. I want to get a full run of most of the stuff London Night Studios put out, the 90s Bad Girl company. And some of these, the covers and the inside art, there's just no way I can show it on YouTube. So the plan right now is to eventually do a video on that. It's going to be exclusively to my blog, which is doubletesbloggerreviews.blogspot.com. But this. So I was going through, I was like, you know what? Good buddy of mine, Chris Page. What's up, Chris? Met him a long time ago. Known this guy since late 90s, over 20 years now. One of the few people that I'm not related to out in Texas, I still stay in touch with. A lot of people I was in touch with out in Texas, I've just lost touch or various reasons. I'm just like, I don't even want to deal with this person anymore. Chris was one I stayed in touch with. Chris, me and him always looked out for each other. Anytime I needed a little help, he'd help me out. Anytime he needed help, I helped him out. Well, first met him, he's got his corrosion of conformity hat on. He's wearing I want to say he's wearing like a Misfits shirt. Heavy metal punk rock guy. We're talking bands and stuff. He's like, my first concert I ever went to was Tool, man. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, my first concert was, Sean. Well, 2003, if I remember right. For my birthday that year, he got me a great present. He got me a ticket to go to Warped Tour in Houston. First time I ever went to Warped. And I've been wanting to go for a long time. It's just like, man, I hated driving to Houston and all that. So he's like, look, I got you a ticket. There's going to be me and him, his girlfriend at the time, and a friend of ours. So he's like, here's the plan. I'll come pick y'all up. And we're going to go up and stay at my mom's in Warren, Texas, because it's a lot closer to Houston. We'll stay up there, and the next day we'll get up in the morning, drive over to Houston, go to Warped Tour. Okay, cool. So we're driving up there, and him and I had made a list of all the bands we're going to be on Warped, and we got in some of the seats and we're listening to music because his girlfriend didn't know half these bands. The friend that came with us, he didn't know any of these bands. I mean, he's one of those, it's on the radio, I'll listen to, You don't. So we get up there, and I start talking to Chris' mom. Chris' mom's cool as hell. Verna. Miss Verna, how you doing? And we're talking about concerts. She goes, yeah, you remember your first concert, Chris? And he looked at her and gave her like this shut the hell up look. She goes, remember when you begged me to take you to go see New Kids on the Block? And I looked over at him and I'm like, huh, Tool, huh? New Kids on... So ever since then, any New Kids on the Block stuff I find for cheap, I buy it and ship it off to him. He's got, VHS. He's got one of the Harvey comics. He got a tour jacket. He got shirts. We hook him up with the New Kids on the Block shit. And this guy, I love it. He'll go to like a hardcore show, rocking that fucking New Kids on the Block jacket and dare somebody to say something to him. Yeah, but New Kids on the Block. So this is one of the ones they got sued. This is a second printing. Now, Robert Von Conti is the editor. Mitch Waxman's the penciler. Greg Fox, the inker and letterer. This is from... trying to see a year on this thing. I don't see one. As you can see, the art is not real good. The art is not good on it. You get some early art from different... This is like the history of the New Kids. The fucking New Kids. They just look all kinds of messed up looking, man. Late summer 86. Really? Really? Wow. 86. I got a little New Kids on the Block story to tell here. I was in 8th grade, I think. 8th or 9th, but I want to say 8th. Had to be 8th, because I know the person going to mention that I didn't go to school with them in 9th grade. I'm not going to say their names, but... New Kids on the Block were touring. That was the big band for all the girls wanted to go see New Kids on the Block. Well, they weren't coming anywhere real close. I think like Birmingham, Alabama is where they're coming to. So, junior high I went to that year. It was a very affluent junior high. But with the town I grew up, it was kind of divided down. You had the rich side and then the working class poor side. I grew up on the working class poor side, but I went to the rich side's junior high for 2 years. Well, a bunch of them girls got to go to the concert. Their parents, okay, we'll take you. We'll drive to Birmingham. And Birmingham from the coast was a good, 7 hours. Well, they got to go to Birmingham. And this one girl walks into the classroom, this biology, chemistry, I don't remember. And she's got a t-shirt in her hand. She's just smiling. She's got a black eye. Well, her best friend comes walking a few minutes later, is giving her a stink eye, and she's got a black eye. What it was is one of the New Kids, and I don't remember which one, took off their shirt at concert and winged it out in the crowd, and these two had a fist fight over the shirt. It was great. Okay. You see the art here. I mean, everybody knows New Kids on the Block. Now, I love this. This is New Kids on the Rag. Yeah, because they didn't have enough for... This is a satirical story, not to be taken serious. They didn't have enough shit for a full issue. So this is by Todd Lauren, who ran Revolutionary. Alan Steele, not the real deal Alan Steele, the wrestler, and Lyndall Ferguson. That's a little parody story. Nothing big there. And then we get the history of teeny bopper stars by Todd Lauren, writer, Herb Shapiro, research assistant, and Dan Magner, the artist. What is a teeny bopper star? He must have at least 3 of the following characteristics. Be cute, be between the ages of 12 and 29, be a singer, be on a TV series, be a boy, and also be helpful if you should follow a few simple guidelines. No facial hair, give interviews to Teen Mags. No chest hair, smile, be shallow, pose as often as possible. And they talk about, cavemen and all this shit. Just a great little satire. Oh, Bobby Darin and Frankie Avalon and Pat Boone and Ricky Nelson and Bobby Vinton. Elton John, Bobby Sherman, David Cassidy, Donny Osmond, and Sean Cassidy. And then, for the 80s, we got Adam Ant, George Michaels, Michael Jackson, Boy George, and Madonna. And 2 of those are dead now. And then we get R&R Comics presents Just a Phase, story by Bill Kiefer. Art by Terry S. Wood. Lettered by Craig D. Treble. Let's see, there's these. I love these revolutionary comics. I pick up any of them. I find Tipper Gore's comics and stories. I just love the fuck out of these. And I want to say that was the original cover. And they got sued over this because, if I remember right, this original cover, they actually used the actual logo the New Kids used. Because these are unauthorized. And this company had a lot of heat on them. Revolutionary had a lot of heat. Comic shops weren't carrying them. You found them like music stores. And Revolutionary eventually kind of evolved. They quit doing the Rock comics. Todd Loren died. He was killed. Possibly by a serial killer. And they kind of went over to making like porn star biography comics. And I think they're, still around. I'm not sure. I've not picked up an issue of, is it previews? Is Diamond's catalog previews? I think it is. I haven't picked up an issue of previews forever, but man, Chris, hopefully by the time you see this, by the time this video comes up, this will already be at your mailbox. Because you know you're going to frame this thing, put up on wall, like, this New Kids on the Block. And you're going to dare somebody to say something to you about it, too. That's the best thing. You're like, fuck it, man. I'm going to own up to that shit. Yeah, I wanted to see New Kids on the Block. I had the haircut. I was hanging tough, motherfucker. But I'm out here, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, if you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.